because then I'm like in the sun. But so I kind of have to lean forward like a weirdo.
I wish we had sun here, but we don't.
It was like stormy all day, not gonna lie.
Do you still swam in the storm?
No. So you can swim when it rains, but if there's lightning, then it's not safe. So yeah.
Interesting. Well, welcome.
And, welcome to Wrestling in the Cry. We're a little bit late today, which I don't know if you could get from the conversation earlier. I spent all day swimming. So we had
touching grass.
I was touching grass, living life, doing the thing. So we postponed the show a little bit to 6 p.m. my time, 3 p.m. your time, 11 p.m. British time.
I don't know why my brain, when you were going through all of that, was like the calculation, like
it's noon in Hawaii.
You want to go to Hawaii next?
I do want to go to Hawaii. I can't lie. But sorry, my mic moved on its own. It was so scary. We're haunted.
Spooky
episode. But yeah, guys, we did in fact survive Texas. We're here. I'm horribly backlit because it's sunny outside, but we'll be okay. Everybody will be okay.
Well, I'm Auntie Collins. If you didn't know, my hair is doing whatever it wants today, and that's okay. We're not going to acknowledge it.
I got back from swimming, washed my hair because you need to get the chlorine off your scalp. And this is what we're rocking with on our weird evening episode of Wrestling Made Me Cry.
Do you have your bracelets on?
No, but I have them right here.
Mine are in the other room, but
I was going to put mine on, but then you didn't have yours on. And so I didn't want to
So if you didn't know, I had a massage today. So I went and had a massage. So I don't even have my wedding ring on. Like, I have no jewelry on. Hence why I'm wearing a hat, because I got massage bangs over here. But I wanted to bring up before we started, so you don't miss it, we still have some bracelets. And I already told Maggie from Robin Maggie from Coexisting that we're going to send her one.
Yes.
So we're going to send her some. But we're going to do a little giveaway. How do we want to do this? We didn't even talk about that.
I don't know. Maybe we do something on Twitter.
I love it. Yeah, getting your super chats in there will help us decide who to pick. That'll be an entry, right? That'll be good.
Yeah. It's a little loosey-goosey, these rules, but it's okay.
Yeah. We do want to share the wealth because they are, I think that they're pretty great. This one says Hurt People, and it's the Hurt Syndicate colors. This one says Sicko, and I like these colors a lot.
We are the Sicko Academy.
There are 2 All In ones with All In colors. This one says Mox and Hangman to commemorate such a great match. And this one says Golden Lovers. So, listen, this was such a calming activity to do. Like, I think I almost want to
do it just for funsies,
for fun.
Yeah.
So, but we had a lot of different bracelets. I can't even remember.
Yeah. You gave away a lot in our section.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave away a lot.
I was worried that the little boy next to us was going to grab the cowboy shit one.
Yeah. I think he didn't speak English, and so I think he was very confused about what was going on.
He was cute and he was great, but
he was cute. Yeah. But yeah, friendship bracelets. It was a hit. It was a hit. I
just want to do friendship bracelets for everything. We're going to a baby shower, friendship bracelets.
Baby showers is so cute to do. Oh, like bridal showers.
Yeah, a bridal shower.
Birthdays.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Book club. If you go to a book club,
Yeah.
why not? I'm into it. But I had a lot of fun at Y'all In. We're gonna talk about those matches that we really liked. We're gonna talk about some other wrestling things today. But if you wanna enter in to get one of these cute bracelets, send in your super chats, and we're gonna pick a couple winners.
Sorry, sending out my "We Are Live" post. I'm drinking a zero sugar Kroger brand root beer, by the way.
Ooh,
really good.
I saw your DC earlier.
Yeah, I had a Diet Coke this morning because I had to get up early on a Sunday to go swimming with my family, which was great. I'm a little bit sunburnt, not too bad. I wore my sunscreen. Always wear your sunscreen. Everybody gets skin cancer. But yeah, it was a good day. All In, an excellent show. I had an absolute blast at this show.
Did you feel like it was 7 hours?
No, it didn't feel like it. The only time I started waning a little bit was when me and you got up and we did we buy Diet Coke? No, I bought Diet Coke. You got water.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the only time I felt a little off. But that cotton candy really saved the day. I got a giant bag of cotton candy, and we were with our whole group. We were eating that cotton candy the whole show.
I do have to say, I am not normally a candy person or like a sugary person. Mm-hmm. And that was like fueling the insanity of it all. So just like
that's the secret hack to AEW shows. I do this every time. I get a Diet Coke and then a candy. Sometimes I get cotton candy, sometimes I get Skittles. But you need the sugar to keep you going because your emotions are running so high, especially this show.
Yeah.
Because this was topsy-turvy, emotionally turbulent.
I mean, I will mention, and I have been a hub of it because I haven't stopped talking about it, but AEW, figure out your freaking merch lines. Figure out your freaking merch, because I spent the first hour and a half of being in that building in that gosh darn merch line for them to just
lost. I really did. That's why I texted you.
I was just like frustrated because not only was I like in the line, I'm to a fault, I follow all rules. Mm-hmm. Like rules of the line is first come, first serve, right? So I'm watching people line cut. I'm watching people just like not listen to the patterns of the line and just like merge into, when there's no crowd control, this is what happens.
Yeah.
So could I have cut? Yes.
Yeah.
Should I have cut? No. However, I get up there and I'm like, okay, I wanted the All In jersey, the baseball jersey. I wanted to get all three of the picture. Mm-hmm. And I wanted the Y'all In shirt and a bandana. I go up there. They're all out of the jersey. They're all out except 4X and XS for the Y'all In shirt. There are no bandanas at all. Not even the cute Young Bucks ones. And all they had really were those portrait shirts.
Yeah.
And I was going to get the Moxley Hangman one, but they either had it in a large or a 4X. They had all the other sizes, but for some reason, XL, 2X, 3X, they were all sold out. And I don't get it. I like my shirts a little baggy because depending on the design, I could go to a large. But it has a lot of words on it, and I was annoyed. I was annoyed.
Yeah. It was crazy. Because eventually you came back and you had the shirts.
Yeah.
We did, but it was quite literally like the entire 0 hour.
Yeah. And it was like into the first match.
Mm-hmm. It was wild.
It was wild.
Also, ventilation in this place, abysmal. Okay? They had so much pyro. Okay. AEW normally pumps out some smoke anyway because it makes it look cool on camera. But the pyro produced so much smoke and it went nowhere. It went into the concourse. So like you're in line waiting for food or merch or the bathroom or whatever, and it's smoky. Mm-hmm. That is, I've been to so many AEW shows, so many pay-per-views, and that has never happened to me. It was crazy.
So I'm going to show you guys. So I kept touching my eyes, and I had like things that were like scratching my eyes. I think I had a sty, but like styes happen when you're like rubbing in bacteria. Look at my swollen eye. I couldn't open my eye. It was crusty too.
It was crazy. But listen, the wrestling was really good.
It was so good. And I was just going to say, even though I cried 5 different times, it was so worth it to be crying next to you.
It was so worth. It was so when Dustin Rhodes won the TNT championship, the way our heads snapped to each other, just these automatic. I didn't expect it because the match like last minute because Adam Cole,
which point of me crying, because his music hit and we also both looked at each other and said, "That's it, he's done."
Yeah, immediately I was like, "Oh my god, this is it!" And then I looked down and Kyle and Roddy were there.
Yeah,
and they were kneeling out of camera shot in the ring. And so I was like, oh no, this is it. And to find out that it could have been it if people backstage hadn't intervened and like, said, buddy, calm down. We'll figure it out. Heart-wrenching. Like when I say Adam Cole did that speech, I cried. A lot of people in our section cried. It was crazy. And then probably 60-70% of the crowd got up and left. They all
right.
Empty. People are like, okay, I'm too sad for wrestling right now. Let's go. We're gonna go get food. We're gonna go get something. I don't know. And so then they come out for this TNT title 4-way, and they're having this match, and the match is fine. It's good, but nobody's there.
Nobody. We are not mentally there because we're processing. Adam Cole is probably done with wrestling for quite some time. And we find out later, thanks to Fightful, that it's due to head injuries and concussions, which everyone on this trip learned that I've had 4 confirmed concussions in my life. I don't remember the whole 4th grade. And that's when I was still in like the, kid stage, where if my arm was cut off, I could probably grow a new one, like that very salamander stage. He is in his 30s and has this brain injury. So it's like, I just want him to be better. Like when he was out with this ankle and then there were all those setbacks and he had to have a cadaver bone. And then hearing about the tumultuous, is it not? Is it amicable? We don't know. Relationship with Britt Baker and their breakup and how like we didn't know anything about it. I just want all good things for Adam Cole, baby. Like
And this was pretty heartbreaking. So his music hits. He comes out. He gets on the mic. He's already crying, right? Because it's very emotional. Like you're gonna cry about it when this thing that you're really passionate about might be taken away from you for like things outside of your control. He says he's out of action indefinitely for health reasons, but he's grateful for the fans. We do the Adam Cole baby for maybe the last time. Kyle and Roddy are there. We get the hug in the ring. And then they send out Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes, who wrestled twice on this night, mind you. Dustin Rhodes wrestled also at Ring of Honor. So 3 times in 2 days. Which is just
crazy.
Just absurd. Like, of all the... You're telling me there was nobody else? Not that I'm mad. Not that I'm mad, because I got to see them earlier when they did their tag situation. But Dustin Rhodes ends up winning the TNT championship in this 4-way. And he cries. It's so emotional. The crowd is back in it, which I think that they made the right choice here. Because I think if Kyle Fletcher wins it, I think the crowd, first of all, most of them aren't in their seats. They're not there. Nobody would have seen him win it. They're like in the concourse in the smoke waiting for their hot dog. Nobody would have seen it. So you ruin Kyle Fletcher's moment. And also they come back and we have to go into the next match and people are still emotional. But like, because it's Texas, I think having Dustin Rhodes win it and have this big emotional moment, I think it brought a lot of people back into the show.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Fletcher, he can destroy Dustin Rhodes. And AEW, it's like a 0-sum. Nobody loses or gains anything. Kyle Fletcher just looks tough. He looks hardcore. He beats Dustin Rhodes. He looks like a heel. He looks like a jerk. And he's TNT champion. I'm not mad about it.
The thing that I loved is when they bring the family in, because it means something to them. And Dustin is crying. This is his first singles belt in a very long time. He didn't think that he was going to get a singles championship before the end of his career. His nephews are there, which one of them looks exactly like Cody.
Yeah.
And it was just like a warm, heartwarming moment. However, the camera pans so beautifully to Kyle Fletcher on the outside of the ring, putting his, back up to the apron and just seething while Dustin is being rejoiced over here. He is celebrating, which goes, we are still storytelling. Even though we've had to pivot and juke over on this side, we still have the opportunity to get Kyle Fletcher with that TNT championship. I haven't been this excited for the TNT championship since good old Jack Perry.
Yeah.
Where was he? I was fully expecting him to come back.
Yeah, he wasn't here. He's off in the woods. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, they also, at a couple points in this match, and a couple points in the Sons of Texas tag match from the 0 Hour, there was a little bit of tension between Sammy and Dustin Rhodes. So I don't know what's going to come of that. I personally would love for Sons of Texas to be done. Not because I think that it's a bad thing for Sammy Guevara to be in a tag team, but Dustin Rhodes has 3 belts currently.
Yeah.
And the Sons of Texas, they're not an AEW thing. It's like a Ring of Honor thing.
Right.
And Sammy, you guys know I have my gripes with Sammy. I'm not a big fan. He's I could do without him. But I think it's time that we really like push him into the deep end and see if he can sink or swim. Like, it's been so long, and we've done it with all the other pillars, and they all swam. So I think it's now or never. Make it or break it, kid.
And that's so crazy to say, because he's held the TNT championship 3 times already.
And what a disaster that was.
But yeah, it was literally the hot potato between Cody and him, and then him and Darby. Like, he should be up here, and he's still down here. Granted, it's okay. Mm-hmm. There's not always a lot of room up at the top.
It's not a linear path either. Like, he was out for a little bit. He had a baby. He's a dad now. Like, I get it. But he's just not in the same level as the other pillars. And a lot of people who weren't pillars, who came in later, they immediately jumped him in line. Mm-hmm. So I'm not mad about it. I thought this match was fine. The TNT title 4-way. Their tag on the pre-show was fine too. Nothing really stuck out at the pre-show, so it's whatever.
I still haven't watched the pre-show.
the Costco guys were fun. Got a massive ovation. Trent, what is it?
The Rizzler?
No,
or
not
is
the
it Big
Rizzler.
Justice?
Justice.
Yeah.
He was like squaring up with Rocky, which this kid is tall. I don't know. He's taller than Rocky. He's about as tall as Trent.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So Big Justice is like, talking smack to Rocky, whatever. And Trent just comes out of nowhere, gets him in the face, pushes him to the ground. Incredible. I love the Costco guys, unironically. And I'm probably the only person who does, but that's okay with me.
I'm right there with you. I love them. I love this kind of, it's not a cheap pop, but it's a pop. And I don't know. I love a father-son dynamic. Maybe it's because I don't have a relationship with my own father, but it works for me. So,
yeah. And I loved this match. Was not great. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was not like gonna break any records because, okay.
Yeah.
So it was Big Boom AJ, the dad of the Costco guys, and the conglomeration. Accompanied by Big Justice and the Rizzler, and the Don Callis family, but not Kyle Fletcher to cash the Don Callis family, like the people in the Don Callis family that nobody's sure why they're in the Don Callis family because they only show up randomly. You know what I mean? Like Trent and Lance Archer and Rocky. But it's okay because the match was fine. It was good. Lance Archer was the star of the match, but it's fine. And then Big Justice hit a crazy spear. So good. But anyway, Costco guys, it's whatever. The crowd popped big for them.
Costco guys, it's whatever.
It's whatever. I like them. Crowd popped for them.
Boom.
We bring the boom. I love that they maximize every minute. They're like, well, we're getting an entrance and you want us to shake some hands in the crowd. We're going to walk the whole ring. We're going to shake every hand in the front row.
Yeah.
I love them.
Knowing that those front row tickets are somebody's rent.
Yeah.
Those VIP packages, though, they're very tempting because they did have payment plans on them.
But, we resist. But that was like the highlight of the 0 hour. You don't need to go watch it. I just filled you in on everything that matters.
Okay, perfect.
So the Ops and the Death Riders, Trios title match, AEW Trios title match. I'm very confused. Okay. Samoa Joe is like the hottest act in this Ops.
Yeah.
Group. And I think he's hot. He's like more over than anybody in the Death Riders except for Moxley right now.
Right.
But they sub in Gabe Kidd for the Death Riders. Because I don't know why, actually. Gabe Kidd is just an honorary Death Rider, I guess. It was Claudio Wheeler Yuta and Gabe Kidd.
Because I'm assuming that Pac is.
Yeah, and I guess he kind of is a Moxley vibe. He kind of fits the Death Riders. He kind of suits the Death Riders. So then it's Shibata, it's Hobbs, and it's Samoa Joe, who take the win. We see basically nothing of Hook, and then the Death Riders take out Samoa Joe, and they put Samoa Joe. They take him off the chair. They put his head in, you guys know, in the steel chair, and they hit it, and it's like, oh no, they broke his neck, whatever. Then the EMTs come, and they get Samoa Joe on the backboard, and they don't put a neck brace on him. And I thought this was so funny. I was cackling in the stands because there's no neck brace on Samoa Joe, but they're just like, okay,
his neck is too thick. That's why.
Thick. They strap him in with one flimsy strap to this backboard. It's Samoa Joe, okay? He's a big guy. And it's not even on his chest. They strap him in on the thighs.
Yeah.
On his backboard. They slide him onto the gurney. And the crowd at this point is just when is this man getting out of the ring? It's so long to get Samoa Joe out of this ring. I could get him out. But it was okay. Samoa Joe I guess we can just assume that he's dead. He's trios champion, though.
No, he can't be dead.
But when is he going to come back? I guess maybe they wrote Samoa Joe off so that Hook comes back and takes Samoa Joe's spot. Maybe like that's how we do it, and then we have trios champions Hook, Hobbs, and Shibata. I don't know, but so they Hobbs and Shibata, they escaped fine. They're uninjured. They went straight for Joe, and they said, "Buddy, you're dead. Break the neck." The Death Riders must have hired these EMTs because they did not care that this neck was broken. They said, "Oh, we'll jostle you around a little bit and really like make sure that you'll never walk again." They did not care. No care in the world. And then the match was over.
I mean, I still can't believe that we saw Gabe Kidd at the coffee shop, but we didn't actually see him. But he was there.
Yeah. We were too busy playing Scrabble.
We were too busy playing Scrabble.
Yeah.
Verifying our words.
I have no idea how I won that Scrabble match because I had every vowel in the bag. At any point in time.
You had all the vowels, and I just kept getting like L's and I. Like, I guess I is a vowel, but still, it was like I was getting like random letters, and I'm like, I can't even think of a word.
Let me find that hint I had because I need people to empathize with me. Okay. At one point during this game, chat, the letters I had were J, I, O, U, O, I, E. That was my hand. Okay.
Oh.
What do I do with that? Nothing. There's nothing you can do with that. That coffee shop, insane to me. And then we went straight to the grassy knoll to see where JFK was assassinated.
Which
they have an X in the road where JFK died.
It's not funny.
It's crazy.
But like, what?
I mean,
I think that this is probably the first like place I've ever visited that like someone was assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
But I just didn't expect there to be like an X on the ground.
Yeah, because if you go to like Ford's Theater, okay, where Lincoln was assassinated, they have like a whole thing on the booth, like that he was. It's not really the booth he was in. They had to reconstruct Ford's Theater, whatever. But there's like American flags. It's like pretty.
Yeah.
No, JFK. There's like the grassy knoll. There's a plaque and an X on the road, and a dude selling conspiracy theory books.
Oh my God! Wait. Was it your sister that was buying the book or buying the?
No, it was Angela.
Oh, it was Angela.
Yeah,
sorry.
I wanted to cut the pictures out of it for her scrapbook.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is incredible. That is incredible. I just know that like he was giving me like vibes that I was like, oh, so you've been engulfed in this for
mind you, he didn't write the book. He was hired to sell the books for the guy who wrote the book. Mind you. That's what we were dealing with.
So his job is literally just to be there 24/7
and sell the book. Yeah, I guess. He was very nice when I said I didn't want to buy the book. He was very
he was very polite.
It was just an interesting experience.
Yes,
it was intriguing. And then this was the day before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but back to wrestling. Before we get like a weird flag or something on YouTube.
Imagine there's a wrestling show on the grassy knoll.
I can't imagine anything that would be like crazier. You'd have to like there'd be riots about it. But if only for Samoa Joe. I think
that's true. That's true.
But then we had the men's casino gauntlet, which was a blast. Not because the stuff in the ring was a blast, but because it was really fun to like count down and like that part of it. The wrestling was it's battle royal wrestling. Like,
so a couple things about the Casino Battle Royal. First off, Juice Robinson without a beard feels wrong.
So wrong.
And he came out with a Bang Bang Gang shirt and then ripped it into a blank black tank top.
Black tank top. And he has black pants on as well.
So I was confused. But then I'm also remembering there was a guy who looked like him when we went to the Walmart the day before. That guy looks familiar. I don't know why that guy looks familiar.
Well, I was walking around with my Kenny Omega figure.
And
you let me embarrass myself like that?
Was it embarrassing?
Oh, by the way, I have to show you guys my Kenny Omega figure. I stuffed this into my bag.
Perfect. It's perfect. Can I tell you? So I got a Ricky Starks one because they still had Ricky Starks Walmart exclusive figures. I put it in my bag, and as I'm going through TSA, they made me take it out of the box.
Why?
They wanted to know what was inside. Something was going off in the metal detector.
Oh my god! My Kenny Omega, he didn't take it out. No metal detector action. We were good.
That's really rude. Did you check a bag or no?
No. I just had my backpack, my like one little bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, Juice looks somehow 20 years younger, but also 20 years older.
Yeah. But listen, I support a man. I support a feral man that is trying to rebrand. Just can it be a little bit more obvious that like I'm trying to separate myself from the Bang Bangs. Like I want to do this myself. Like, are we getting a
Bang Bang Gang is on the show?
Right.
Juice.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe they're rebranding the entire Bang Bang Gang as its own like
away from Bullet Club.
I guess because they kind of were before both Juice and Jay got hurt. It was kind of like because it was like Jay was off doing Jay White things. Like remember when he was like weirdly feuding with the Death Riders, but he was just kind of there. Like nobody told us why.
Yeah.
Jay White. But yeah, Juice was like the highlight of this for me. I was very confused.
Mm-hmm.
But he did get a really big pop. And did you see the reaction video? They posted
his
reaction to the pop.
It was so good. So good.
I've never seen a crowd pop harder for Juice Robinson. And he deserved it.
He absolutely.
But this crowd was so hot for this gauntlet match. Every time someone's music hit, regardless of who it was, they were out of their seats. They were ready for this gauntlet match, except for MJF. They were, every time there was a mention of MJF on the show, the crowd was like, It's okay. But
it's because we were expecting larger appearances. This would have been a perfect place for Jack Perry to return. This would have been a good place for Jay to return. Would have been a good place to even do like a, I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just trying to think who would be left.
There were a few surprises, and it was a lot of good fun. The match was a lot of good fun. MJF won, I think predictably. Like, it's whatever. I'm not going to cry about it. I did think it was funny. One, that Max Caster was here, and he came out, and because people were expecting Jay or someone.
Yeah.
He comes out, he's Max Castering it up, whatever, and then doing stinking up the joint. He does nothing in this match except for fall on top of Anthony Bowens. Essentially. And It was fine. The crowd did his, Max Caster chant that he does. I just hate this character so much.
Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive.
I hate it so much. It's so offbeat. There's no cadence to it at all.
And white people are really known for their clapping for.
But every time he comes out, I have to brace myself for secondhand embarrassment. And I understand that's the point of the character, but I don't find it enjoyable. Oh God, here we go again. He's gonna do it again. But yeah, the Anthony Bowens Max Caster thing was also on Dynamite. So I don't know. It's gonna be like, I don't know what we're doing. But it was funny when he came out because I think people were expecting Jay as like the last big surprise. But no, he comes out, he does nothing. It's okay. MJF wins. He pins Roderick Strong. Sad face. It's fine. This whole show, they never said what the rules were about this title opportunity thing. And I'm still not entirely clear. They went into it a little bit on Dynamite. I'm still not entirely clear about what the conditions of you declaring your opportunity are. I have no idea. But yeah, MJF, he's just going to walk around with his contract. It's whatever.
I guess.
Not happy about it. Gotta be real. Sorry, MJF fans out there. Because, they never said it was going to be Money in the Bank, where, you can cash it in at any point in time. Right. But, they also never said it was going to be, you have this contract, you can use it at a specific pay-per-view. They never said, winner gets a title shot at All Out or Forbidden Door or something. They never said, you have to declare it a week in advance. And then you can, they just said, you get the title opportunity, a contract opportunity. And then they tried to clarify on Dynamite, and they said, winner gets a title opportunity of their choosing, blah, blah, blah. I'm still not entirely sure if it's Money in the Bank or if it's I'm declaring I want my title shot on Dynamite. You know what I mean?
They're not being very clear about it. The thing that I don't like about it, that I love at the beginning of AEW's inception, was them doing if we're going to call it Casino Battle Royal, Casino Gauntlet, whatever, adding cards to it, Joker or spades or whatever.
How they used to do it.
How they used to do it.
Backwards, yeah.
And it was kind of fun because then you're expecting at least one Joker. There's a set number. This is what we expect. So I just found so it was Mark Briscoe, MJF, Ricochet, Bandito, Takeshita, which they had a fantastic. If you want to watch the best Ring of Honor match I have ever seen in the last 5 years, go watch that Supercard of Honor. Mystico, which I was singing along the words, stumbling along because that's what I do. Josh Alexander, Anthony Bowens, Roderick Strong, Brody King, great audience for Brody King, Juice Robinson, obviously Coda made me cry, the Beast Morthos, and then last with Max Caster.
Yeah.
None of them, except for MJF, screamed this person could go after the championship.
Which, going into it, before I even knew who was in it, I was it's probably going to be MJF, because his whole thing with the Hurt Syndicate is that he's using them to get a title shot. It kind of makes sense. But the surprises were nice, so it kind of made up for it. The match itself, nothing all that spectacular happened in the match. Mm-hmm. It was just standard run-of-the-mill battle royal type wrestling.
Right.
Which the joy of this match wasn't the surprises. The women's gauntlet match had much better wrestling, in my opinion. But
absolutely.
So
absolutely.
You take what you can get. We balance.
But yeah, with that said, I groaned, but I was fully expecting MJF to win.
Yeah.
Boo. Over Roderick Strong, which poor guy.
Yeah.
But do we want to talk about the Young Bucks versus Swerve and Will?
This match was so good.
It was so good.
I had so much fun with this match.
Yeah.
Great entrances. Everybody like showed out. They were like,
when we heard that there were ninjas backstage.
Yeah, I was like, there's ninjas backstage? I was like, oh, makes sense. We know where the ninjas are going to be.
But like out of context, it's like, what do you mean that there's ninjas backstage, Sean?
They did the whole thing. I don't know how much of it they showed on TV, but they had like a whole routine.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. The Young Bucks had their boat thing. It
I just want to know what was their plan?
I think they're trying to be like, we're Washington crossing the Delaware or something. But it was like, it took so long for them to get in the boat. And then the boat had to like drive to where the cameras were. And then they raised the boat up, and it took so long to raise that boat up, guys. I don't know what they showed on TV. I don't know if you guys watched them go the whole way. It was ridiculous. Which, you know, is the point, because it's the Young Bucks. It's supposed to be ridiculous. But all of them had crazy long, ridiculous entrances.
And I loved Swerve's entrance. He had JoJo do his entrance and doing Ain't Nobody, which is really Shaka Khan, which I didn't know. But I just knew that it was his indie song. That when he is on the indies, that's what he would come out to. And it was funny because the previous night, it was on a playlist that our good friend Seahawk was playing while we were chatting.
In the disgustingly hot and humid hotel lobby.
Which he was drinking Maker's Mark.
And he had he's like, I gotta go get my iPad. He goes to get his iPad. We're in the hotel lobby, and he puts on Phil Collins.
It's because that's how I introduced myself to him. I
was like, this man. We're in the hotel lobby. Staff hated us. We were there for hours. Literal hours, okay? But it's fine. Swerve's entrance was a long entrance that deserved to be.
Absolutely.
Like, it made sense. The Will Ospreay stuff was cool. When are we going to let Assassin's Creed go, Will? When are we is he sponsored? Is that what this is?
Yeah, I think he's getting an Assassin's Creed whatever. I don't know. He keeps saying thank you to them, and I'm like, okay, we get it.
He's a sponsored athlete, I guess. It's like NASCAR drivers. They got like 50 logos on their outfits. This match was really good, though. It was like Young Bucks in peak form, doing Young Bucks things.
To me, it was a standard Young Bucks match where it's like it's a little slower in the beginning. They pace themselves out. They get the crowds to do this, and then they go right into not spot monkeying, but it was like their designated spots that they were creating tension. And that one part of the match where the Young Bucks are just obliterating Will Ospreay. Yes. And he's just taking it, all these kicks. And then you see, I mean, we saw, because it was in front of us, but the camera, the way it was framed, is that Swerve comes up all of a sudden to protect his friend Will Ospreay. And then he's getting all the kicks. And I'm like, yes! Violence! It was one of those matches that as it went on, I realized that I was like digging my nails into my hands.
It had stakes. Like the Young Bucks, so the Young Bucks lost. Will and Swerve won. And so the Young Bucks lost their EVP titles, which we saw on Dynamite meant something because they come out, they do their entrance, they have no pyro, nothing. And it's like their Tron is just like these awful, like children drawing Young Bucks things. It's just so good. It's so good. They're not in their limo.
Right.
They're in like a normal person car.
That's what we were slumming in all weekend, you know?
Yeah, we were slumming it. We had the exact car that we had.
Oh.
But I loved it. And then they go to do like the EVP trigger, and they're like, oh, we can't call it EVP anymore. What are we gonna call it? I was like, BTE, bring back being the elite.
Yes.
Get like, they should go on eBay and get like a really bad camera and start filming being the elite as though they're just now starting it. Like they're like, we're gonna try this new vlogging thing, guys. We don't know if it's gonna work, but we need some extra money. It'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. But they had an interesting moment with Colt Cabana, where not on the show, but on Collision. I think. Colt was on like commentary. He gets attacked by the Death Riders. He's beaten up. He's bloody, and he's like in the hallway, like crying and like talking to the interviewer about it, whatever. And the Young Bucks came up. So I don't know what we're doing with that. Interesting. Young Bucks are evolving finally. Put the tassels back on, boys. You know what we want.
Oh, I'm into it.
Give the people what they want. Give them, and then just pretend that the EVPs never happened. Pretend that you're like young boys. You're on your first job. Start being the elite with your bad camera. Get your crappy gear, your like Amazon jeggings with the fringe sewed on, and start from scratch. It'd be so good. Just saying, you could have that one for free.
Just mention us.
Yeah, just mention
the show one time.
Yeah. But this match was good. The women's gauntlet, though, so good. I thought the women's gauntlet was the most underrated match on the card because you had the great surprise of Athena, right? Which, I mean, we all kind of expected that she'd be there, but they didn't really announce any participants beforehand.
Just
they announced
Chris
the starting
yeah, Chris and Megan.
But before the men's, we had like a whole lineup of people that were going to be in it. But this one, they kept it really low key. You didn't really know. Athena comes out, gets a massive pop. Like people are so excited for Athena. And then it's just great grabs. Like there's so many Joshi talent in the ring. And Athena, I think, ends up pinning Mina Shirakawa.
She does, yes. Mm-hmm. Which unfortunately, it sounds like Mina hurt her hand. A little bit in the match. Which she'll be fine. But
yeah, she'll be fine. But it's still, we don't want any injuries to happen.
No injuries.
But
we got the debut of Alex Windsor, who is now All Elite. We got Tekla in the match, who Tekla is now All Elite. Big pop for Willow. That's the kind of clapping that people with my skin color are really, really bad at. But it's okay. Shuri?
Yeah.
Shuri? Am I saying that correct? Don't know. Like it's just talent after talent after talent. Queen Amanana, Julia Hart.
Yeah.
Tay Mello was there.
Yeah.
Just
it was so really like the men's match felt more like a fun time. Here's some good wrestlers who can get the job done, some good surprises, but everybody knows MJF's going to win. So, it's there. This felt more like a statement. Like, here's the who's who of women's wrestling. And we're going to show you that it's not, an afterthought anymore. Like, we're really actually putting a lot of thought into what we're doing.
And what I also noticed is that everyone either had a pair or there was a partner. Harley came back. There was something that was going on.
Jay was there. Yeah.
Which makes me think the tag titles are on their way, which Tony Khan did confirm during the presser that they are on the horizon, but with how many injuries have been happening, he would like to build them up a little bit more and not just toss them out.
Makes sense.
Which we appreciate you not just tossing it out.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. That's nice.
And then on AWTV, we have Tekla now with Julia and Sky Blue. With my dream faction.
Yes.
I love Spooky. but spooky that's spooky and not hokey. Like, this is so good. I'm so excited for it. And I'm in my head, I think Julia and Sky Blue would be our tag title tournament contenders.
Yeah.
Which they would be great inaugural champs. I mean, you're gonna have Ty Mello and Anna Jay. So I mean, they've been a duo longer than anybody else, really, in the division. So I'm guessing that they're probably front runners whenever we get the titles. Whenever that might be, I have no idea. But I'm guessing TJ. But Julia Hart and Sky Blue are another one that I think could be like real contenders. And you have Megan Bain and Penelope Ford, who
I wanted to see Penelope in the match, but I'm not mad at it, but I want to see more for her.
Yeah,
she is great.
She wasn't in the match. Anna wasn't in the match. Harley wasn't in the match, but they like incorporated them into the match, mostly against each other, not against like contenders in the match. So they were still there, and they still they got camera time. They advanced the story, because Harley's been out because of the nose. So I appreciate that. And I understand that you only have so many spots. But, you also never said, oh, we're capping the gauntlet at X amount of people. Mm-hmm. So, don't know why we capped it. But it's fine. They showed up. They had their thing. They had their spots. Athena wins, which I'm excited for, because now, I guess it depends on how long Athena holds it for. Because, not to get too ahead of ourselves, Tony retained. So, I don't know.
Let's go!
Let's first of all, really quick, let's talk about the tag title match so we can get through that.
Okay.
It was fine.
I do want to mention, by the way, they moved Death Before Dishonor a week.
Yeah.
And it would be 993 days for Athena to be the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. If they end her reign just shy of 1,000 days, we riot.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Mercedes costs Athena her 1,000 days. Because now
don't you say that. Don't you say that.
Have the belt collector Mercedes versus the forever champion Athena. So it's like, who really is the most prestigious? Is it more prestigious to hold one belt for a long, long, long time, or collect them and just have a ton and never really defend them?
I'm crying right now.
I think that's
yeah.
I don't know.
I think you're right. Oh no.
Yeah, I think so. But I have thoughts on Mercedes. I'll save them for when we talk about the women's.
All right.
The tag match was fine. The highlight of this match was the post match.
Right.
Which I cried. I screamed so hard that my vocal cords still haven't fully recovered.
I felt my initial scream do that wavy part, in your vocal cords, and I was like, oh, better calm down. I'm not gonna have a voice.
I grabbed Mike's hand and jumped out of my seat. I forced him up out of his seat because I had his hand so tight. I was like, we are getting up.
All right. If y'all haven't seen the video, which you should have, because you should be following us on all social media.
The people behind you.
I couldn't breathe.
It was emotional. Mike, he's so mad I forced him out of the seat. But what I really liked about this was that he came out and he still did his whole entrance. So let me run it down for you. The match is fun.
Sorry, that's so funny. I didn't even realize.
Yeah. So the match is fine. It's not anything too spectacular. It is what it is. After the match, so the Hurt Syndicate, they retain the tag titles. After the match, Nick Wayne and Mama Wayne, they turn on Christian. They, got him for the concerto, whatever. Adam Copeland returns. He comes out. He does his whole entrance. He runs the stage, does the whole thing. Then he runs to the ring. He saves Christian, but it's not like an immediate reunion. It's like Christian's like very like not sure why Adam Copeland is there. He's very like he's just been betrayed by his son Nick Wayne. He's very obviously hesitant. Adam Copeland doesn't want to be his friend either. He's like, it is what it is, I guess. He like they helps him up, whatever. He says, "Go find yourself."
Woo!
Which is obviously a rebuttal of Christian's "Go F yourself." Yeah. This was a return that was just like masterfully done because they didn't immediately jump back into Christian and Copeland.
Right.
They kind of signaled that that's where we're going. But Copeland said, on AWTV, I have no interest in like helping him. I'm here to take down FTR because they took me down. Blah. Makes sense. It makes sense. Because now Christian is gone. He's going to go find himself, whatever. And then he can come back into the fray. And he can help Copeland with FTR. This is just like masterfully done. I will say, I told you also, I did say that Nick Wayne was going to turn on Christian Cage. Just saying.
You did. You certainly did, ma'am.
And he did. And it was incredible. Mama Wayne, too. She was there. She also participated in this turn. The patriarchy is done, is what I'm saying.
I just have to say, I have to be Adam Copeland's rabbit's foot because he debuted AEW at Wrestle Dream. I was there. That's the birth of Wrestling Made Me Cry. Wrestle Dream the following year, he comes back. I'm there. Okay? He comes back All In.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm there.
And he looked ready to go.
He did.
He's like, I'm here. Do this thing.
It didn't occur to me that he did his full entrance and he did his full like running on the stage doing pyro while his friend is on the verge of being.
Mind you, Nick Wayne is holding a chair this whole time. He's just waiting for.
Yeah.
But you know what? Adam Copeland deserves it, so we don't care. Excused. I'm just really excited. Because one, I'm a really big Edge and Christian fan. So Adam Copeland Christian, I'm a really big fan. I feel like, and I posted this on Blue Sky. Edge and Christian girls were like the OG elite girls, if you know what I mean. Like they really started that kind of like girly fandom in wrestling. They were like the ones. So I'm really excited. I don't know when Christian is coming back. Hopefully not for a minute though. Like I want him to be gone for a while and come back and have found himself. I want like vignette him like meditating on a mountain. And I want him like getting in street fights and getting his butt kicked. And then like being like, oh man, I'm not the guy. Like I have limits and I have limitations and I need friends. You know what I mean? Like I want him to go on a bender and I want him to drink juice shots. And I want him to like get massages and like acupuncture and like be a therapist and like read some self-help books and like, I don't know, read some classic novels, like read Tolstoy and like annotate it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm here to tell a story, and that is certainly a story we can tell, and I'm into it.
Yeah. But yeah, patriarchy's donezo. I don't know if it's like Kip, Nick Wayne, and Mama Wayne are donezo. I don't know. I don't know. I hope not, because I think it would be really funny if they all stayed together. It would be funny. Without Christian, yeah. Like Nick and Kip, the sons, fighting for who gets to be the patriarch. Meanwhile, Mama Wayne is like behind the scenes, like pulling the strings. I'd be into it.
That is one way to do it. Sure.
I'd be into it. And then, mind you, also after this, we have a triple main event,
which I've never heard of a triple main event before.
Me neither. All 3 matches were excellent.
Right.
I had a blast. But they announced like time for a triple main event. And I'm like, you can't have a triple main event. There's one main event. Only one match can happen in the last slot. And by like you're just what? We have 5 great matches now, so we're gonna have a quintuple main event. No. You have one main event. I'm sorry. But so we start, of course, our triple main event with the women's match, because of course we do. It's Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné. Incredible
match.
It hasn't gotten nearly the attention and I think the praise it deserves, because obviously Hangman Mox was so monumental.
Right.
I thought this match, everything hit. Like, it was so masterfully done. You have Toni doing this like flirty, teasing type thing, where Mercedes is actually, for most of the match, like a little desperate. Like, really wants to put Toni away early because she knows that she has to. Like, you have to get Toni early or she has the long game advantage. They all get their shots in, you know, they do their finishing moves, their signature moves, everything like that. But it's like this constant like conversation between them of Toni being timeless Toni Storm, being the confident champion, running circles around Mercedes. And Mercedes, who we have seen her throw a lot of tantrums. We know that she's like pretty fragile. The character Mercedes Moné, the CEO, it's all superficial. We know that. And we really saw that here, where Toni Storm has like the substance and the confidence and the skills to back it up that Mercedes is trying to convey. And it was just like, this match was so good. This match could have gone 45 minutes, and I don't think it would have let up a single time. It went like 20, 25, but it was so good. 6 stars.
It was definitely, it definitely was one of those matches that A, told a story, B, let it breathe. That I think is the biggest issue with a lot of women's matches, is that for some reason Tony Khan doesn't want to let them breathe, so they have to condense everything into this little teeny tiny pocket. They had time. There was kissing. There were tantrums. There were throwing each other's moves at each other.
Yeah.
And the push and pull, the tug and release, whatever, was that Mercedes had a difficult time submitting Toni Storm during that entire struggle on the ground. For some reason, she couldn't keep her down. And where Toni Storm got me was when she kept doing her, what is it, Storm Zero?
Yeah.
And she just popped up, did another one, popped up, did another one, popped up, and it's like, this woman is insane. And I'm here for it. This is how you book a women's match.
It was so good. Toni Storm ends up retaining. Clean, mind you.
Amazing.
It's an amazing match. I don't know where we go from here. I think the angle for Mercedes is pretty set. You know, I don't see the thing about Mercedes being a belt collector is it throws so much into flux, because like she has all these belts and she has obligations to defend them elsewhere. But it's like, when does she start losing them? How do we show that on TV and AEW? How do we feed that into the story? Because when Kenny was belt collector, it was pretty obviously like he had the belts for the character, right? Except for the New Japan belt. But that never really factored into this belt collector character all that much. So it was like, because he had the TNA belt, the Impact belt. But Mercedes, like, these promotions want her to be champion. And she defends. And she, like, does stuff. So I don't really know. But I think Athena winning the gauntlet, I think Mercedes Athena is in the pipeline. It's like, how do we get there? Do we make Athena champion first? and then Mercedes challenges, or do we do Mercedes Tony 2 and Mercedes wins the second, so we tie the series at 1-1. I don't know.
Ooh.
But I think Mercedes Athena is probably, if they do that match this year, which I don't know if they will. There's only 4 months and some odd days left. If they do that match this year, I think it's the only thing for me that could rival Tony Athena or Tony Mercedes for women's match of the year. Because like for me, this is pretty high on my match of the year list, regardless of gender. I don't know, but this was just like superb wrestling. And then it got followed up by more superb wrestling. So triple main event, I guess.
I guess.
Again. I was just so annoyed when Roberts announced that. I was like, okay. I just want to make sure you know that they're not slapping the biggest women's match on the card in the middle for no reason, I guess.
I guess.
Should have opened the show with it, but whatever. Who am I to say? But Tony was like firing on all cylinders. Mercedes was. Mm-hmm. They did everything right. It was like, okay, the AEW women's division. Like, you can buy into it. And this was the first time, I think, normally when there's a women's match in AEW, because it's not really built well, and there's not really like a reason to commit to it, a lot of people take the opportunity to get up. Not this time. People were locked in for all 3 matches of our triple main event, which was like, this was like an hour and a half of wrestling.
People
were locked in. Nobody got up. And that's how you know. That's how you know the wrestling is good, when nobody gets up. Then there's not a pull where like people feel comfortable getting up. But yeah, such a great match. And then we go straight into Omega Okada, which another just like superb match. Kenny has a special entrance. There's like a choir group. A choir?
Yeah, I think it's a choir with a singer in the middle. Yeah.
On the show, like who these people were, like is it like a specific group that I'm supposed to know?
I feel like they announced it later, but I don't remember it being on the screen.
Yeah, I didn't watch the show back yet, and they didn't say it in the venue who they were. So if they did, I missed it. So I don't know. But Tony has a special entrance. Or not Tony, Kenny. Oh my god, I got Tony on the brain.
Imagine Tony Storm coming out like Kenny Omega.
That'd be so funny.
It would be hilarious.
This match was really good. It felt like the ending was really abrupt to me, like in the moment. They did like 30 minutes or so. It was good. It was a good match. I had fun with it. It was everything I wanted it to be. It was like a lot of their greatest hits replayed. I just wish it had been a teensy bit longer.
Yeah.
Given how much, like how the first 4 in the series played out. Mm-hmm. I still loved it. Loved the match. My second favorite match of the night. Incredible. It's Kenny Omega and Okada. Of course, it's incredible. And I know Kenny said in interviews, like, he's over 40 now. A lot of things are harder than they used to be. I get it. But it very much felt like half of the Omega Okada formula, if that makes sense. Like, normally, like, we do our false finishes, and then we have a break, and the crowd screams and applauds, and then we start the next act of the match. Like, that's normally how they're unfold. This match, we have the slow start. The crowd's hype. Everybody's hype. It's good. We're, doing everything. We're hitting everything. We have our false finishes. Kenny's doing V-triggers. He's like 50,000 of them. We have rainmakers. Kenny does a rainmaker. There's a one-winged angel. All that. There's a ref spot where the ref gets taken out, so Kenny misses the pinfall. All that kind of stuff. I'm used to that being halfway through an Omega Okada match.
Right.
But this was the end. So it did feel like, a little like I was a little taken aback, because my brain wasn't ready for the end. Like I was still on like, okay, I'm going to get a breather in a second, because normally they do that whole thing where like someone kicks out and then everybody's so tired they lay in the middle of the ring and stare at the ceiling.
And then everyone, yeah.
But I still loved this match. I'm very glad I got to see it live. I don't know, and I don't think we're ever going to see Omega Okada again in a singles, just because like the expectations are so high, and like you can't really expect.
No.
As they get older, you can't really like. They're going to miss the mark eventually, and it's going to sour a lot of people on the story. But and apparently because Okada won, the belt is going to be defended under the Continental title legacy rules thing. Tony tried to explain it in the presser.
Yeah. Didn't make any sense.
Didn't make any sense. I mean, well, we'll see how it plays out, and it'll make sense to us eventually. But yeah, and then on AWTV, Okada Swerve. Okada like calls out Swerve.
Which like, okay.
I'm into it.
I'm into it. And now Kenny's gonna go away with some injuries because they kept playing the stomach. They kept playing the abdomen.
Yeah.
And Don Callis got involved. And everyone booed.
Yeah.
But here's the
Don
thing.
Callis was also scared of Kenny, which was so funny.
It's because he's a bitch.
Don Callis.
He's a big bitch.
Gag. And his Don Callis family with all his little minions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved this match.
This match is what we bought our tickets for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what we came for. It was everything I wanted it to be. The only thing I wanted to be was to be up front.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of wish that wrestling shows could be like, okay, you pick your top 3 matches, and then somehow they make our seats go all the way to the front. Just for that one match. And then you can go back. That's I wish.
They should do that. Tony Khan, look into it, bud. Look into it.
Yeah, look into it just for us, though.
Yeah, not for everybody else. I just want like robot seats that like pop up and hover, and I just like hover over the crowd and sit down.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds perfect. So that's what I was here for. Okada looked incredible. It was the outcome I told you it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm fine with it. I said I was fine with Okada winning.
I know you were okay with it, but
yeah, I just think it makes less sense. But it's I don't know if Swerve is going to beat Okada. I think that he should. I mean, what a way to add prestige to this new title.
But the new title, it has bits and pieces from both of our guys on it.
Yeah.
So it's got a one-wing angel in there. Right? It's a one-wing angel in there? Or is it a V-trigger?
But I'm excited. I mean, Okada Swerve is going to be a great match because, like, I don't see how it couldn't be. And the idea of Hangman and Swerve both having singles gold at the same time is appealing to me. So yeah, I think we're like in a good spot, especially after this main event. Hangman Mox. Oh boy.
I cannot tell you how much I cried at this match. And I wasn't being a bitch about it. It was just the fact that we started the fucking Hangman Mox match with a fork spot.
Yeah. Which the fork was like in his boot. Yeah.
Have you ever put a fork in your boot?
Can't say I have.
Also, I do want to say this was the funniest part is that, well, first off, Hangman coming out to his original theme.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Huge pop. loved that the guys that were all on the floor, they all went to the entrance where the Death Riders first came out at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
They entered at the complete opposite side of the stadium
in the
truck.
Yeah.
And you just see you see the headlights of the truck coming out by the Lockheed Martin poster, which I thought was neither here nor there, whatever. But you just see the crowd of people who are waiting for Mox to come out, just running.
Yeah, they sprinted.
Which it's like, there's going to be a car. I thought maybe that the car was going to do a full
loop,
like circle or loop, because they literally just came out and then stopped. Mm-hmm. Which, like, okay, cool. But like, why would you run towards a truck that's like making their entrance?
Yeah.
But I've never been one of those people that's like, I gotta go to the place where the wrestler is. I gotta go to the entrance. I gotta go, when they're doing stuff in the concession stands or whatever. Like, I gotta go. Never been one of them. But that was like a funny pop to me, because I was like, look at all those people running, because it was like 50 people.
And then Mox gets out of the truck, and they just reverse the truck back.
Yeah.
He's
dropping him off for after school activities, you know?
And so the match starts, it's immediately violent, which expected. There's a fork.
Yeah.
You get like real close up with the camera too of Hangman stabbing Mox with this fork in his head. So he starts bleeding everywhere immediately. There was a bed of nails in this match. Barbed wire tables, normal tables, glass. It was everything in this match.
That glass spot, when he just drags Hangman through it, the entire 26,000 was just,
For me, for whatever reason, what really gave me the chills was the spot where the chairs are back to back. And Hangman gets Mox like spine to like the tops of the chairs. Yeah, that one really got me. Of course, the bed of nails. Of course, it's Moxley. He's like, we're gonna do a bed of nails, and I'm gonna take a spot. Like, I'm gonna be dropped on these bed of nails.
All I was thinking was it's gonna go through somebody's eye. That's all I was thinking, because I'm sick.
Luckily, it didn't. Just Moxley's back. We had Danielson, who did the yes chant, where he apparently was not
say it. He didn't say the yes.
He didn't say it. He just, and then the crowd took over. We forgive. We had Darby coming from the rafters, which, mind you, he hung there for so long, and I didn't realize.
Well, I had said something. I was like, there's a bunch of people up there in the rafters, like literally 4 hours prior. And I was told, sometimes they do the lighting stuff and like they're doing,
Which, mind you, but I didn't realize he hung there and wasn't on TV until like 5 minutes later. So he's hanging there watching the match. And then he's on camera. He gets lowered down. Incredible. Because they played his little promo, his Mount Everest promo, which if I ever see Mount Everest again, it's too soon. If I ever hear the phrase Mount Everest again, we've used it to death because of this Darby Allin thing. But he doesn't steal the title. In fact, he helps Hangman win the title. Swerve also is here, by the way, in case you needed to know. He's also here. So yeah. This match was like a fever dream. Like it felt like 5 minutes, but also 5 hours at the same time. You know what I mean? There's so much blood everywhere too this whole time.
Let's see, how long was it?
I don't know, maybe like 40. That feels reasonable.
35-55.
Oh. Huh. It was pretty crazy. I think. How long was it before they got their first weapon out?
Not long.
I can't remember. Everything is a blur to me. But anyway, crazy match. They're both cut up and bleeding everywhere, mind you, from the glass, from the nails, from the barbed wire table, which Moxley suplexes. This made me so mad. Moxley has Hangman on the apron.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to suplex him into this barbed wire table. Hangman's like shoulder, like the tippy top of his shoulder gets to this barbed wire table. Moxley takes the rest.
The whole thing. And he's just sitting there like
in this barbed wire. Okay, bud. He also like at some point tries to put the barbed wire in Hangman's mouth. Okay. And then so Swerve ends up giving Hangman a chain, like a metal chain, which he ends up hanging Moxley with, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Moxley sold this so well. Like I knew he wasn't dying, but for a second I felt like he was dying.
Yeah.
And then he obviously, because mind you, also the rules of this match, there's no pinfalls. It's submission or failure to reach a 10 count. So like we had a couple of points of this match where like Hangman took to 9, Moxley took till 9 to get up to meet the 10 count. But he ends up hanging Moxley from the chain that Swerve gave him. Moxley ends up tapping out because like hello, he's being hung by a metal chain like he's gonna die.
Right.
And Hangman's world champ. It takes Hangman 50 years to open the briefcase to get the title out.
I wonder if his hands were slippery.
Yeah, his hands were probably slippery and sweaty and bloody, and he was probably shaking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He also the briefcase was a little dented, so I'm assuming that maybe it wasn't, all that easy.
Speaking of, props to Marina for going through that table and having to get up and do that spot with the handcuffs.
Yes.
Because I think that was a huge turning point where everybody in the crowd realized she's handcuffed to, the little timekeepers area. Yeah. She can't give Moxley the briefcase to hit Hangman with, like he's done match after match after match. That's when we knew Hangman's winning.
Yeah. There were a couple points in here where I thought Mox had it, especially Hangman took 50 years to make the 10 count. There were a couple points where Mox nearly got me, where I was like, "Oh no, they made the wrong choice." But no, Hangman hung in there even when. So there were a couple points where like Hangman's getting beat down really bad, and the crowd is trying to like rally Hangman.
Yeah,
not yet. So he's just getting beat down. And the crowd is like
screaming. Yuta shows up. Everyone says,
"Oh yeah, Yuta's here." Ugh. For some reason.
It was great, and it was fantastic, and it was a great payoff to Terror, which I saw him win. I saw Moxley win the championship at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
Kill Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
And now full circle moment.
Yeah, and I think this, for me, this was my favorite Jon Moxley match ever. I thought this was like his best showing. I thought this was the match that had the best story for Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
Because I liked the Omega Moxley stuff, but I think because it's Hangman, I think like the death match element just clicks more for Hangman than it does for Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
And so I thought this was Moxley's best match. I thought Hangman Swerve, there were some better matches in that series, but like for me, this, like the emotional aspect of it, of Hangman winning the title and having his old entrance theme back and leaving through the babyface tunnel I was like, okay, this is probably like my favorite Hangman story, because he won the title from Kenny Omega originally. It was great, but he lost it in such a bad way.
Yeah.
Because someone else was there. He never really had great stories or great defenses or anything. But this, I feel like, a lot more comfortable with Hangman. It feels like a more mature Hangman. He's a better wrestler. Also, Mike Klinsky's in the chat. I love you so much. Forever. And so it just feels like a different Hangman to me.
Yeah.
And so it feels like a different Moxley too. I thought Moxley was going to go away and, you know, find himself with Christian Cage on the match. Also, a funny story, during the match, I had like a claw grip on Mike Klinsky. Like, I was so stressed about this freaking match, dude. I probably dug my nails into his back. It was so bad. I'm so sorry, Mike.
Yeah, you should be sorry.
He was a trooper, though. He was a trooper. It was okay. But no, Moxley and the Death Riders are immediately back.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is for them. Hangman being world champ, though, feels so good.
It feels right with the world, you know?
It does. It feels like this is how it should have been. And it also feels like nice to have in this new era of AEW where we've recovered from the fallout of Brawl Out and everything that happened after, the Real Glass, whatever.
How many times can we say we're so bad?
Yeah, it feels nice, doesn't it? To have our world champ who didn't get a fair shake before because, you know, events. And so it's nice to have our world champ and feel like he's going to get a fair shake of things and people are behind him and nobody's really waiting for him to lose the title. Because before it was like he wins the title. It's a great story. People are happy to have the story wrapped up nicely. But now it's like, okay, now it's only a matter of time before we lose it. Now it doesn't feel like that. It feels like people are really on board with like a long-term Hangman reign, title reign. Mike Klinsky with a super chat. He says, witnessing the climax to AEW's best storyline in company history, sitting with some of my favorite people in y'all. All In was unreal. It was. And we love you so much. And I miss you so much.
Yeah, I miss you too.
Yeah. It's really sad. Because I said goodbye to Mike after the show and I knew I wouldn't see him again for like months.
Okay, but like I agreed to hang out with you and your friends. And usually I am on the outer circle. I never felt second string.
No, I told you they're good people.
They're good people.
They're good people. I love Mike.
I would fly to the end of the earth for them. And I told them that if they wanted to go to Wrestle Dream in October, you could stay in this office right here.
Oh my God. Worldwide. Not the show.
But offer stands.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also come, but I know that it's school time for you. So
I'll make it work. Don't worry.
Listen, I'll pick you up from the airport. I'll drop you off at the airport. I'll drive you anywhere you want.
Period.
I'll make you dinner.
Period.
Whatever you want.
I'm down. As far as who takes it from the hangar, I don't know, because they're gonna Swerve Okada. Like, it feels like to me that should be a shoe-in for Swerve, right?
Right.
So if it's not going to be Swerve, and MJF is on the back burner, but I have a feeling that the Hurt Syndicate's going to do something to screw MJF over. I don't know what it's going to be, but it feels like that's kind of the vibe. So I don't know, because like you have Ospreay ready to go. Kyle Fletcher's going to be TNT, but you still have Takeshita, who you could easily like reheat, and he's back in the mix.
Reheated nachos.
That's
what I learned.
Jay White is lurking. That's true. So you have so many options for world champ. As long as it's not Darby. That's the slogan of 2025. As long as
he hasn't done enough for us to believe that he could do it, you know?
yeah, and if he beats Hangman, I don't believe it. Like, there's no way. He could beat Moxley. Like, they could have their feud and do their thing.
Right.
But I think Hangman should have like a really, really long title run.
He deserves that.
Have some real, like, you should start heating someone up now, but
Mhm.
not bring them into contact with Hangman yet. Like, start the build, start heating them up. I don't know if, I mean, you could do Ospreay, but I don't know. Ospreay Hangman would be a really big matchup that you could do. And you could end Hangman's title run there, and he could get a nice send off. And I don't think people would be too mad at Ospreay about it. But
Right.
it feels so long away, like so far away, that you have to have someone in the interim. Like, I don't know who it's going to be. That's not my job to decide. That's Tony Khan's job. But like, you could get some legs. Yeah. You could get some legs out of this Hangman run. And like really get some people over and have some really great matches.
Some legs.
You can get some legs. I don't know who it's gonna be. If I had the AEW roster, I could probably pick some people. Takeshita would be great. But not anybody. No, not Lance Archer. You could do Lance Archer. You could rerun the Texas Death that he did with Lance Archer, but that's like a Dynamite one-off. I'd be into it though. The same way I'm into Dustin Rhodes as TNT champion. I am so ready for Kyle Fletcher to run him over. It's going to be so cathartic, and it's going to be so good because Dustin plays this just a sad guy. He just plays the sad guy so well. Like, he does sad very well, and he like can cry on command.
Yeah,
and he's very good at getting sympathy. So you know that this is going to be really good. He's going to be very upset to lose the title. People are going to be so mad at Kyle. It's going to be great. And then Kyle's going to have a great run.
Yeah.
TV champ. Poor Adam Cole. Very sad. But overall, after All In, like, the number of possible avenues for stories and feuds for AEW, I feel like this is the healthiest it's been, like most diverse it's been since pre-CM Punk. Like, because he was there, and I'm not opening the can of worms to CM Punk discussion, but the moment he got there, it really was, it's only a matter of time before he's world champ. So everything else felt like meaningless. But yeah, it feels like we have so many different things we could do. Men, women, tag, trios, all of it.
The next PPV that we have is Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
In London.
In August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the only thing that we have on there is that Tanahashi is going to wrestle somebody.
Yeah. I'm assuming we'll get, Athena and Mercedes and someone from Stardom and someone from CMLL in a women's way. And then I'm assuming we'll get Tony versus someone good from Stardom. But like, as for everybody else, the Young Bucks have to have a match. I don't know who it's going to be.
I don't know.
New Japan is in a rough spot right now. So,
well, New Japan just had Goto go out with an elbow injury.
Yeah, everybody in New Japan is basically injured.
Everybody is working hurt.
Yeah,
is what Lyric was talking about. You want to go follow our friend Lyric. But we have a lot of like new people in the G1 and a lot of old people.
That's the story of New Japan of the last few years. Like, they're really struggling to make stars. And after losing Ospreay and Okada, they're really suffering. But it's like, it's not AEW's fault.
Right.
But I would put the Young Bucks against someone from CMLL. Maybe like an upstart tag team. Just have some fun with it.
That would be fun.
But you're like, when it comes to New Japan AEW matchups, there's like very few that you could comfortably do. and have it be an attraction the way Forbidden Door needs it to be an attraction because there's like no build really to most of Forbidden Door. It's just like fun time thrown together matches that have something that makes them make sense, but it's not like this long-term build thing because it's Forbidden Door.
Right.
And most of the matches, like you have some title matches, but most of them are like exhibition style matches. So I don't know. I think Stardom's gonna have to pull a lot of the weight, and I think CMLL is gonna have to have a heavier presence than I think people are expecting them to be, and AEW.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it as well because it is also in London, which is going to be an insane, crazy, one of a kind, spectacle showdown because hello. It's at the O2 Arena, which very famous arena. I don't know how many tickets have been sold there so far. But it's a very classic arena. Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be on the card somewhere.
That's true. He's like the guy for New Japan.
Yeah, he's
their biggest international name. I mean Tanahashi, but retirement run. So I don't know. I'm excited for it, and it's going to be fun regardless because the matches are always a good time. But yeah, coming out of All In, AEW is they're in such a good spot where they have stars and some despair. Like AEW, like if you took out 5 of AEW's top stars right now, they'd be fine.
Well, I mean, you have guys who are on reserve, not that they aren't ready for that main spotlight, but just hearing the crowd go for Brody.
Yeah.
Incredible pop.
Yeah.
Let's build more of those.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well.
And I'm excited that we got to do this review.
It just kind of made me sad that it's been a week and I don't know, I get that post-show depression.
Yeah.
Where I was looking so forward to doing this. I was having so much anxiety going into this. This is my first trip without my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the thing. And then as I was going home, which 15-hour flight delay, insane, stupid. Yeah. But I just felt very grateful and very full of all the relationships that I made and just fully developed, hanging out with your sister, hanging out with Haley, meeting new people, meeting people that I only have known online and seeing in real life. It was very overwhelming, but I feel very grateful. And now I just want to keep going to shows.
Yeah, so. You got the bug. It'll get you.
I know. I also wish that I had the time off though, that I could go to these Chicago shows,
Yeah.
What did you think of the venue on Wednesday and last night?
I thought it was cute.
So I said, oh, it looks like an Azteca.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Do you know what an Azteca is?
It kind of does. Well, isn't it? I don't remember the name of the venue. Maybe someone in the chat knows. But isn't it a really historic type of venue? So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
The vibes. But I thought it was cute. I thought it was a little strange, all the balconies and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's, the time that it was made. I like when AEW does these quirky little venues.
Apparently, a lot of people were annoyed that they went from 26,000 to 1,000.
Ugh. Don't we have better things to be annoyed about? Like the State of the Union? Don't you have, shouldn't you be worried about your paycheck and I don't know, loving your family? I don't know.
having respect for you on.
Yeah. Don't you have better things to waste your thoughts on than
Haven't you ever gone to like a comedy show or like a small, band and looked at a cool fucking venue and been like, how cool would it be to have a wrestling show here?
Yeah.
The Paramount, which is it's a big, very historic building, theater, like grand staircase, like could look like the opening scene of the Titanic, with the grand staircase.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of building this is. There was an NXT filmed there.
Yeah.
Like an NXT live event. And I didn't know how that they were going to do that because I didn't know that the seats could move and whatever. But for those who went, it was a really cool venue because of how like the ceilings are really big and whatever. But like those are the shots that you remember, right?
Yeah.
You remember the big stadiums, but you also remember the Hammerstein Ballroom,
Yeah.
So having
sorry,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like having all these unique venues, it makes every show look different, which is automatically more fun because all the big venues, they all kind of look the same at the end of the day. Like they're all just metal structures with concrete and like plastic seats.
Yeah.
So like the unique venues I've really enjoyed, and it sounds better on TV because the venue is full and it's not half full. So I think it's better that way. And I think visually it's better. It's more interesting to look at. As even when AEW would run the big venues and they would light the crowd, they would like put the lights on the crowd. It still kind of looked not great visually.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, I think it just makes it easier for every show to feel important when you have all these different venues and everything's changing and the environment isn't so sterile. I don't know if sterile is the right word. I guess it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And I think the wrestlers see it that way as well. Like, I think the moment AEW decided that they were going to start running smaller venues, I think the quality in the product has increased dramatically. So I'm excited. I'm excited
too because we got a couple weeks of this. We're switching it up. Then we're gonna go to Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
It's gonna be a great start. Also, smaller venues, especially like main states like this, it gives some of those rigging crews the ability to have time off.
Yeah. We respect it. And also, like, for a lot of these smaller venues, it brings in a lot of revenue that they need, especially the historic ones. So we're into it. We're supporters here. Supporters
Absolutely.
of the working man.
Absolutely.
Unlike a certain someone who but anyway. Yeah. Did you have anything else you want to talk about? Or
the only other thing is I started watching Evolution. I got to the place of the Battle Royal before I came on here, just because a lot of wrestling does the body mush, sometimes. So I like to space things out. What I heard of it was really good. I couldn't watch it live because I was traveling, but so excited for Naomi. Well deserved. I don't know. I like the discourse online where it's like, well, guess we have to make this a yearly thing, which more women's wrestling is never a bad thing.
That's true. I would just like them to put more women's wrestling on their main shows and not just book a show that people have begged for years to counter program another show. Women are not tokens and toys. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't watch Evolution because, you guys know.
We get it.
I'm excited mainly because Naomi has always been one of my favorites. And so I've always felt like she's never gotten her due, you know, for various reasons.
Right.
So I'm excited for her. And I hope they continue Evolution. But I don't know if they will, because I haven't looked. I don't know how tickets sold. I don't know what viewership was like. I don't know. And I don't really care because I don't like to talk about business because I think it ruins wrestling for me.
It ruins it a little bit.
It ruins it, yeah. But it would be nice if they could have it every year, or like, I don't know. Because it seems like they just pulled it out this year to have something. So I don't know if they're committed.
I mean, the build towards it was very lackluster. It was very rushed. People also felt like it was rushed. It was up against the fucking Beyonce concert, which, like, okay, the overlap isn't that big, but come on.
Yeah.
And we know the undertone is that it was scheduled to be in competition with All In weekend.
Yeah.
But you can't just call this a t-shirt company if you're acting this way. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
All I gotta say.
I'm not gonna say anything because if I open my mouth, that's all I'll say.
That's all I'll say.
That's all I'll say. Yeah.
Someone's gonna read it. But I'm gonna tell you, Kiley and I talked about this last weekend. We don't do this show to push our own egos, push our own agendas. We definitely don't just have a show to be cool. We actually want to talk about the things that we actually like talking about. And I do want to celebrate all women's wrestling. But when we focus mostly on AEW, it's because this is the thing that we love to talk about. This is what's important to us. And it's not saying that everything else doesn't matter, because it could matter to you. And you can have your own platform and talk about that. That's totally fine. But we want to lift and support, make this place a better place. But also, like, we're not here to push ourselves to be cool for the sake of being cool and mainstream. We're going to talk about what actually makes us cry and be emotional in wrestling, because that's how we genuinely feel. And I could propel myself probably further if I actually watched WWE programming regularly.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah.
Because I want to enjoy what I'm watching.
You said it, not me.
I just hated that there were so many ad breaks.
Yeah.
There's so many ad breaks.
Yeah. My issues with WWE, I've said my piece. People don't need me to keep rambling about it. They know. But I will not be watching WWE. Probably ever.
Okay. That's okay.
That's okay. Because you know what? There's other wrestling out there. Period. Did you want to? Was that your final thoughts?
Yeah, that's my final thoughts. Also, remember, if you want one of these cute little bracelets or the opportunity to, we're going to be seeing who is popping in the chat, see who is sending in those super chats, and
we'll probably post something.
We'll post it more
on the social medias.
Yeah.
Well, we have to figure it out. We'll figure it. Just be ahead of the game.
Just remember to like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, do the YouTube etiquette. The algorithm. All that. Yeah.
Tell us that we're cute and pretty.
Yeah. Comment below what your favorite spot was in Hangman Mox. I need to know. There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
My final thoughts are that I'm very excited that I get excited all day Wednesday to watch Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like
we're back.
I don't know. We're so back. Do you wanna plug your social medias and your thingies?
Sure. If you like me, like my face, find me _queer auntie. I'm gonna go on a small break. I'm still gonna do Sundays, but after the Mother Talking Post show, there will not be anything outside of this show for the month of August.
Ooh.
Because your auntie is burnt out.
Makes sense. You had a lot of shows.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot, doing too much. So I'm just tired, just tired. And then once fall starts, I have some things planned in the horizon, and one of them involves getting Kiley to do an After Dark episode.
We need to. We've been talking about this After Dark episode for 50 years.
I know.
We're going through it.
But find me on all social media. You won't want to miss when I'm going live, or I don't know, just posting cute little things, seeing what y'all like.
Just posting cute little things.
Yeah, just cute little things.
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Kiley Wrestling, and only Blue Sky. I guess Twitter. I don't go on there though, but it's whatever.
Yeah, you're never on there.
I'll go there eventually, and I'll find your follow request eventually. I am part of the new spooky Julia Hart Sky Blue Tekla faction. Thank you for noticing. I am spooky. But yeah, Blue Sky at Kiley Wrestling. And here's the big plug. I need to gear myself up for it. This is Wrestling Made Me Cry. It's a show every Sunday, normally at noon Eastern. This week was a little bit different. Normally noon Eastern, where me and Collins come and we talk about the things in wrestling that made us cry. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a good time. We have a good time. Wrestling Made Me Cry is on Fightful Overbooked, which is this current channel. And Fightful Overbooked is full of craziness. It's full of absurdity. It's full of like the biggest personalities. So subscribe to Fightful Overbooked. Go to the playlist tab. Go watch everybody else. There's wrestling content. There's non-wrestling content. There's like a lot of stuff. It's a good time. You don't need me to tell you how to navigate. You know how to go to Fightful Overbooked, subscribe, mind you, like this video, comment, YouTube algorithm etiquette, then go watch everybody else. Coexisting with Rob and Maggie, they're great. You got In the Weeds, also great. There's a lot over there. Go find it. You know how to do it. You don't need me to tell you.
I actually need you to show me how to do it.
I'll do a tutorial. Okay. Jeremy Lambert is a lot of craziness. If you go to the shorts, you'll find a lot of shorts of Jeremy Lambert.
He got a shout out.
He doesn't even really believe what he's saying. He's just trying to stir the pot. He
got a shout out this week on Cultaholic.
Love Cultaholic.
Love it.
They've very nice people.
Absolutely.
Did I do everything? Yeah, I did the thing. I did the thing.
You did the things. Yeah.
All that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us at this weird hour Wrestling Made Me Cry.
Yeah.
But you know what? I had a good time. And we're almost at 2 hours, so we should probably wrap the shindig up. All In was incredible, and I'm so sad that I don't have another trip in the pipeline.
I'm sad that we don't live closer to each other.
Yeah.
Like, that was one thing that made me kind of sad, is like knowing that I can't just be like, hey, I'll be over.
Yeah, we're quite literally across the country.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay, because I'm going to come stay in your guest bedroom.
It's fine. Right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
We'll do Wrestling Made Me Cry, and I'll be like on my phone on the show.
That'd be so cool.
It would be so cool.
I would love it.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.